California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thank you.
Did I wake up in the middle of a Twilight Zone or Outer Limits episode?
Thank you.
The American people cheering and chanting the name of someone whose homeland is Austria and who openly talks about being a dictator all the time?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Arnold wants to be our leader, our Fuhrer, and as American citizens, we have a right to expose him, and that's what we're about to do. From CBS's 60 Minutes to NBC's Meet the Press, Arnold has been all over the airwaves, pushing for amending the Constitution so he can run for president. High-level members of his gubernatorial campaign have now started a national movement to repeal Article 2, Clause 5 of the U.S. Constitution that blocks foreign-born from the presidency. In November of 2004, former President George Herbert Walker Bush gave Schwarzenegger the George Bush Award at his presidential library in College Station, Texas. And he told the crowd, "Don't bet against Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's a good chance he's going to end up being our president." Arnold Schwarzenegger positioned himself into the Kennedy family by marrying Maria Shriver. And now she's out shilling for him, but saying, "It's for other foreigners, not for my husband. Change it for everybody. It's fair. Just trust me." For well over a year, every day they're in the newspapers or on television pushing to change the Constitution. And now Schwarzenegger, in an authorized biography, has told the Kennedy biographer that yes, there is a secret plan to put him into the White House. And the powerful head of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Orrin Hatch, has introduced what is called the Arnold Bill. There are 3 other pieces of legislation introduced by other congressmen like Dana Rohrabacher in the House. They just continue pushing and pushing and pushing, despite the fact that in major polls, 80+% of Americans are against changing the Constitution for Schwarzenegger. But we've got to take the threat seriously, because after a year of propaganda, the numbers have dropped to 65% being against it. And then you have to ask yourself, what will those numbers be in 4 years? The elite love Arnold Schwarzenegger because he has an international appeal, and they've been very carefully grooming him for his role as American president inside the New World Order. That's why we've launched Americans Against Arnold and the website arnoldexposed.com in a desperate attempt to stop this foreign usurper.
Efforts by supporters of California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger to change the United States Constitution are not sitting well with the Texas radio host. Alex Jones claims he raised $5,000 in just 2 hours to combat the campaign for a constitutional amendment to make non-native citizens eligible to serve as president. Jones says he will run TV ads in Austin, Texas and Sacramento, California, opposing the amendment drive.
Now let's look at the men who hold the strings connected to the marionette. Here are 2 different San Francisco Chronicle articles revealing that it was Karl Rove at Bohemian Grove that set the strategy for Arnold's successful gubernatorial win. An article in the Scotsman newspaper in September of 2002 openly showed Arnold Schwarzenegger with Warren Buffett and Lord Rothschild and said they were there meeting at the Rothschild Castle to discuss business strategies. In the article, they talked about how he was lining up his run for U.S. president a year before he ran for governor. In the middle of the Enron-engineered California energy crisis, Arnold met secretly with Michael Milken, the junk bond dealer, and Kenneth Lay at a Beverly Hills hotel. The federal government has now released documents from the event, and guess what they were doing at the meeting? Discussing how to cover up Enron's culpability. Arnold ran for governor promising that he wouldn't take special interest money. Guess what? He's broken all previous records for taking corporate money. Like other famous Austrians we can think of, Arnold is obsessed with being king of the world. He's told friends, family, newspapers, magazines, over and over again that he wants to be ruler of the world, that he dreams of being a dictator, that he wants to be worshipped at a Nuremberg-style rally like Hitler. Rolling Stone reported on it in the 70s. The London Guardian and CNN in 2003 both reported how he told friends and family of a recurring dream where he walks the earth as our ruler, and of a 50-year plan he had as a young man to become world ruler. In 1990, he told U.S. News and World Report, "My relationship to power and authority is that I'm all for it. People need somebody to watch over them. 95% of the people in the world need to be told what to do and how to behave." Following in the footsteps of dictators before him, Arnold loves to be seen with giant images of himself behind him. The cult of personality concept in politicians is totally alien to America's history, but it's second nature to people like Kim Jong-il, dictator of North Korea, and ousted dictator Saddam Hussein of Iraq. It was pioneered by Alexander the Great and used to great effect by the Roman emperors. Hitler and Stalin just loved it because it made the people feel insignificant. In the dystopic novel 1984, huge portraits of Big Brother stare down on the slaves. But after all, Arnold's just going with the times.